Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, in this crazy world where the price of gas is trying to join Elon Musk in space, we're always looking for ways to stretch that dollar. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic. 8 states where blacks can live large with just $1,000 a month. That's right, you heard me correctly, $1,000. We're talking rent, food, and still having enough left over for a little Netflix and chill. Maybe even that extra topping at Chipotle. If you're looking for affordable living without compromising on quality, this video is for you. We're about to break down these states, look at what makes them tick, and why they're becoming havens for folks looking for that sweet, sweet combination of affordability and good living. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading down south to the Lone Star State, Texas. Now, Texas is known for a lot of things: barbecue, cowboys, and saying y'all like it's going out of style. But what you might not know is that Texas is also becoming a haven for affordable living. We're talking about cities like San Antonio, Houston, and even parts of Dallas where your dollar goes further than a rodeo star on a mechanical bull. Imagine finding a decent apartment for under $800 a month. That leaves you with enough dough for some brisket and ribs, and maybe even a cowboy hat if you're feeling fancy. But it's not just about the rent. Texas has no state income tax, which means more money in your pocket. Plus, the job market is booming, especially in healthcare, tech, and energy. So you can find a good job and keep more of your hard-earned cash. And let's not forget about the food scene in Texas. It's legendary. From mouth-watering barbecue to Tex-Mex that'll make your taste buds sing, Texas knows how to do food right. And the best part? You can enjoy all these culinary delights without breaking the bank. Next up, we're heading over to Georgia, the land of peaches, southern hospitality, and surprisingly affordable living. Now, when you think of Georgia, you might picture sprawling plantations and Scarlett O'Hara clutching her pearls. But hold on, because Georgia's got a modern side that's all about diversity, culture, and yes, affordability. We're talking about cities like Augusta, Columbus, and even Savannah, where you can find charming homes and apartments without having to win the lottery. Imagine strolling through historic squares, sipping sweet tea, and not having to worry about your rent check bouncing. That's the Georgia life. And speaking of culture, Georgia has a rich history, particularly when it comes to black culture. From the birthplace of Martin Luther King Jr. to the vibrant art scene in Atlanta, Georgia celebrates its heritage with pride. And let's not forget about the food. Georgia knows how to do soul food right, with dishes like fried chicken, collard greens, and mac and cheese that'll make you want to slap your mama good. I mean, thank your mama for the deliciousness. Alright, let's move on up to North Carolina, a state that's quickly becoming a hub for innovation, education, and, you guessed it, affordable living. Now, North Carolina might be known for its beautiful mountains and beaches, but don't sleep on its cities. Places like Durham, Winston-Salem, and even Asheville are attracting young professionals and families looking for a high quality of life without the sky-high prices. Imagine finding a spacious apartment for under $900 a month, with enough left over to enjoy the state's famous craft breweries and delicious farm-to-table restaurants. That's the North Carolina dream. And speaking of dreams, North Carolina is home to some of the best universities in the country, including Duke, UNC, Chapel Hill, and NC State. So, if you're looking to further your education or raise a family in a state with strong educational values, North Carolina has got you covered. And don't even get me started on the barbecue. North Carolina is famous for its vinegar-based barbecue sauce, and trust me, it's finger-licking good. Whether you prefer pulled pork, ribs, or chicken, you're guaranteed to find some of the best barbecue in the South right here in North Carolina. Chapter 4, Florida, sunshine, beaches, and affordable living. Sometimes. Now let's be real, when you think of Florida, affordable might not be the first word that comes to mind. But hold your horses, because while Florida definitely has its pricey pockets, we're looking at you, Miami. There are still hidden gems where you can enjoy the Sunshine State without breaking the bank. Think about cities like Tallahassee, Gainesville, and even parts of Orlando where you can find decent apartments for under $1,000. Imagine waking up to sunshine every day, spending your weekends at the beach, and still having enough money left over for a Mickey Mouse pretzel or two. That's the Florida life on a budget. And speaking of beaches, Florida has over 1,200 miles of coastline, so you're never too far from the sand and surf. Whether you prefer relaxing on white sand beaches, snorkeling in crystal clear waters, or fishing for your dinner, Florida has something for everyone. And let's not forget about the theme parks. Florida is home to some of the most famous theme parks in the world, including Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld. So if you're looking for a fun-filled vacation without emptying your wallet, Florida is definitely worth considering. Chapter 5. Virginia History, Charm, and Education on a Budget. Next up, we're heading to Virginia, a state steeped in history, charm, and surprisingly affordable living, especially when it comes to education. Now, Virginia might be known for its colonial past and its role in shaping the United States, but it's also a state that's moving forward with a focus on education and innovation. We're talking about cities like Richmond, Norfolk, and even parts of Roanoke where you can find affordable housing options and a strong sense of community. Imagine living in a historic neighborhood, sending your kids to top-notch schools, and still having enough money left over for a weekend getaway to the Blue Ridge Mountains. That's the Virginia life. And speaking of education, Virginia has some of the best public schools in the country, as well as a wide range of higher education options, from community colleges to prestigious universities like the University of Virginia and William and Mary. And let's not forget about the food. Virginia is known for its fresh seafood, especially its oysters, which are said to be some of the best in the world. So if you're a fan of seafood, Virginia is definitely a state you need to check out. Chapter 6. Maryland, healthcare haven with a side of crab cakes. Now, let's talk about Maryland, a state that's often overlooked but packs a punch when it comes to healthcare, affordability, and those delicious blue crabs. Maryland might be small, but it's got a lot to offer, especially if you're looking for a state with a strong healthcare system and a high quality of life without the hefty price tag. We're talking about cities like Baltimore, Hagerstown, and even parts of Silver Spring where you can find affordable housing options and access to some of the best hospitals and healthcare facilities in the country. Imagine living in a vibrant community, having access to top-notch healthcare, and still having enough money left over for a crab feast on the Chesapeake Bay. That's the Maryland life. And speaking of crab feasts, Maryland is famous for its blue crabs, which are considered a delicacy and a symbol of the state. Whether you prefer them steamed, seasoned with Old Bay, or in a delicious crab cake, you're guaranteed to enjoy this Maryland tradition. And let's not forget about the state's rich history and culture. From Fort McHenry and the Star-Spangled Banner to the cobblestone streets of Annapolis, Maryland is full of historical landmarks and cultural attractions. Chapter 7, Tennessee, Music City, Mountain Views, and Budget-Friendly Living. Alright, let's head down to Tennessee, a state that's got it all: music, mountains, and a cost of living that won't make you want to sing the blues. Now, Tennessee might be known for its country music scene and its whiskey distilleries, but it's also a state that's surprisingly affordable, especially if you're looking for a laid-back lifestyle with access to nature. We're talking about cities like Chattanooga, Knoxville, and even parts of Memphis where you can find affordable housing options and enjoy a slower pace of life without sacrificing on amenities. Imagine living in a charming neighborhood, spending your weekends hiking in the Great Smoky Mountains, and still having enough money left over for a night out at the Grand Ole Opry. That's the Tennessee life. And speaking of music, Tennessee is considered the birthplace of rock and roll, and its musical heritage is evident throughout the state. From Memphis, the home of Elvis Presley and Graceland, to Nashville, the heart of country music, Tennessee is a music lover's paradise. And let's not forget about the food. Tennessee is known for its southern comfort food, with dishes like hot chicken, barbecue, and banana pudding that'll make you want to loosen your belt and dig in. Chapter 8. Alabama, Southern charm, sweet tea, and surprisingly affordable. Last but not least, we're heading to Alabama, a state that's often associated with its past but is quickly becoming a hub for affordable living and opportunity. Now, Alabama might be known for its history, both good and bad, but it's also a state that's looking towards the future with a focus on growth and development. We're talking about cities like Huntsville, Montgomery, and even parts of Birmingham, where you can find affordable housing options and a strong sense of community. Imagine living in a historic neighborhood, enjoying the warm southern hospitality, and still having enough money left over for a plate of shrimp and grits on the Gulf Coast. That's the Alabama life. And speaking of history, Alabama played a pivotal role in the civil rights movement, and its legacy is evident throughout the state. From the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma to the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, Alabama offers a powerful reminder of the fight for equality. And let's not forget about the food. Alabama is known for its southern cuisine with dishes like fried green tomatoes, shrimp and grits, and pecan pie that'll make your taste buds sing. So, where will you choose